What's up, everybody? This is a Tekken 7 Genghis Green Rank walkthrough recap. Okay, basically I'm just going to be going through some of the gimmicks or flowcharts that I came across when I was ranking Genghis up through the green ranks and show you guys how to beat some of these things. Keep in mind that when I'm teaching you guys techniques how to deal with certain things, sometimes it will be character specific, but there will be sometimes that some flowcharts I'm showing you how to beat does have similarities that other characters might, or other players might use other characters doing something similar. So some of the attributes or some of the techniques I'm showing you how to beat something, like what we're starting off with, Lars is down forward 3-3 off a pushback, you can apply that to other characters that are doing similar things when they're actually have a move that has really good pushback, potentially depending on the attributes of the move and how you actually punish or deal with that. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so sometimes think, okay, how can does this apply in another situation, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now when I was playing Lars, as I said, we start off with Lars is down 4-3-3, or maybe I didn't say that, but we are. His down 4-3-3 is minus 15 on block. Now during the match I couldn't remember how unsafe it was. I just knew it was unsafe and I assumed minus 15, and I happened to be correct. However, Lars has a lot of pushback with this move. You see, he basically flips all the way back, and I was doing down 2 and I was whiffing because of the pushback. So I was instantly going for the block punish, and he was doing a flowchart of down 4-3-3 into arc blast. So he was basically punishing me with punishing my punish attempt of him being minus 15. Hopefully that makes sense. And at one point I tried to step in and do a 1-2. I was like, okay, he's doing down 4-3-3 off of block, it's minus 15, then he's doing arc blast, which is an additional 15 frames. So I tried to step in and do a fast punish with his 1-2, and you see here his arc blast actually kind of went underneath my 1. It actually has a little bit of crush properties, so that actually really threw me off. So I'm gonna just show you a few tips on how to deal with something like this. Now, the first easy thing I could have done is I could have simply just blocked. And I believe I said that in a video, and I was well aware of that, but I was really honestly trying to figure something out, a different aspect of it. But you could just block. In this case, he's doing a flowchart of down 4-3-3 into arc blast over and over. He's not mixing it up at all. And arc blast is unsafe, and I knew it was unsafe. So I simply could have just walked in, blocked the arc blast, and punish. That's a very easy fix to this problem. Now, there are some other things I could have done as well. I also could have whiff punished. Legitimately, it's the same flowchart. Down 4-3-3 into arc blast. I could have did this micro dash in and then back dash out to whiff punish, or because of how much range Genghis has, I literally could have just back dash probably and whiff punish with the down 2 as you see me doing here. So I knew that when I was playing. That being said though, those are probably the two core things I would suggest you guys to do if you're in the green ranks or the lower ranks, because those are easy things to implement in practice, and they're good fundamentals that you guys should work on. A good what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. My point is, those are two good things to actually do, but there are other options. You could find a fast mid that has good range and punish, because it is, again, minus 15. So for example, I believe King's forward 2-1 would be a good option. You could use a good spacing mid, whether it's like Genghis forward 2, which I did in the end, and I think that's what I was going for, but I think I messed up my timing twice, so that might be a little bit risky. But that comes out in 16 frames, so again, it's minus 15. He's doing an arc blast coming out in an additional 15 frames. I'll win with 4-4-2 if my timing is correct and my execution as well. You could sidestep it. Okay, so there are plenty of other options you guys could do, and when you become more skilled with the character you're using, you pick the best option for whatever case or scenario or whatever outcome you want, for whatever additional setups you want to do on top of that. But I would suggest simply, if you know the move is unsafe, just block and practice applying the proper block punishment. Or if you want to get a launch a little bit more advanced, but it's something that I think you should start practicing as soon as possible, honestly, maybe just back dash and cause him to whiff based off of the movement and then launch him. Okay, next gimmick, flowchart, whatever you guys want to call it, that I'm going to show you guys how to deal with is Katarina's up forward 4-4-4-4-4-4. I don't know how many fours it is, but it's a lot. She's one of those characters that can just press one button over and over again, a whole bunch of stuff comes out, which is always interesting to me, but I don't think it's broken or OP anything. It's all beatable. It is what it is. But for newer players, it can be very annoying. It was even annoying for me, because like I said in the video, I don't play Katarina. I couldn't remember much of anything about her. I just know that her hop kick, I don't care what anybody says, in my humble opinion, it's top 3 best hop kicks in the game. It's just an amazing hop kick with great range. That being said, I'm going to show you how to beat the common gimmicks that I came across in the green ranks. Keep in mind, just like Lars is down 4-3-3 into Arc Blast, if your opponent is smart enough to start mixing things up, then you have to adapt to your opponent. Okay, I'm showing you the common things I've come across. So her up 4-4-4 is her hop kick, and during the match, I didn't know if that was unsafe, simply because she had a bunch of follow-ups. So my thinking was, if this is unsafe, then those follow-ups are kind of pointless. And I just threw out a jab in the match. I don't know if you guys remember that, just a test, and it hit her. I was like, oh, this is unsafe. Now with a little bit of labbing, it's -13, and most hop kicks are typically -13. So if she tries to keep pressing the 4, you can pretty much just interrupt with a 13 frame punish right off the back. So that'll beat out the rest of the 4s. Now, say you let her go further and you didn't know that, and just let her keep going to 4-4-4, then I'll give you some tips right now, a couple tips of how to deal with the two things that I come across in most situations with a Katarina that's up 4-4-4-4 or whatever. First thing to keep in mind is that if she does the complete string of forward 4-4-4-4, I believe it's 4 4s total. It's kind of funny to say that. The third kick is a high. So you can duck and launch her right there. And I believe Genghis while standing 3, which you just saw me do, is I-17, I-18, around there. It's not I-15, that's for sure. It's around there. You guys got to remember, some of the characters that I'm playing through the green ranks I'm ranking up are not my core set of characters. So I might not know them very well, but I do know that his while standing 3 is not I-15. It's definitely on the slower side. I'm almost positive it's like I-17 or I-18. So if you have, so I guess my point is, in most cases, you can probably launch her. You'll probably have a character that can launch her with the while standing move, is my point, because the third hit is a high. All right, last thing I want to talk about for Katarina is that she can cancel into her stance, which I think is called Harrier stance. I really don't remember the name of it, but you see me right there when she does the slide in motion, she's canceling to her stance, and she has a lot of options. Well, not a lot, but she has multiple options out of that stance. Now, this video isn't about how to beat her stance. I just want to give you a tip that when she cancels into her stance and does her command throw, because I have not played a lot of Katarinas, as I said before, but I swear every single Katarina I've played, when they cancel to the stance, they go for that command throw at some point, sometimes even multiple times in the match. And just so you're aware, that is always a 1+2 break. Just keep that in the back of your mind. If they go, if she's doing a move, it doesn't have to be her up 4-4-4. She has multiple ways to cancel into her stance. But if she cancels into her Harrier stance, I think that's the name, and she does a command throw, that is a 1+2 break. All right, last thing we're gonna go over is the flow chart you saw me doing with Genghis, right? Genghis 2-1 to Golem 2. And off of block, I was catching a lot of people coming in with his down 2 because of the pushback of Golem 2 and the range of Genghis down 2. Very, very similar to Lars' situation. Very similar to his down 4-3-3 flowchart into Arc Blast. That's why I said in the beginning of the video that sometimes some of the things I'm showing you guys, the techniques, you can take it from one situation and apply it to another situation if it's similar. So in this case, you can apply a lot of things I said with Lars, right? So if you just wait out the down 2, it's a flowchart, and just block it, that's -14 on block. You can punish that. You can backdash the down 2 at the end of the flowchart. Now it might be a little bit trickier to whiff punish because Genghis has some decent range, but I do personally think that Lars' down 4-3-3 has more pushback, so it might be the same. But more importantly, something to take in consideration, because I said the attributes of the move will change the situation a little bit. Genghis down 2 doesn't have any crush properties like Lars' Arc Blast crushed Genghis jab a little bit. His down 2 doesn't have any crush properties like that. So technically, you can probably apply a fast high attack. Like, you know, I was trying to apply a fast 1-2 with my situation with Genghis, and in some situations it worked. In other situations, Lars' Arc Blast would actually crush it. That's not going to happen in this case because Genghis down 2 again doesn't have any crush properties. So you saw right there, I just did King's back one, which is 12 frames. Got a counter hit launcher. You can step this move. So I'm not going to go over everything again because I already said this with Lars. But once you know the attributes of the move, you can apply. In this situation, for example, some similar techniques I showed you how to beat Lars' Arc Blast for his end of his flowchart will work here with Genghis down 2 for the end of this flowchart, especially if your opponent is not mixing it up. But that is the end of this Tekken 7 Genghis Green Rank walkthrough recap. Whew. That is a mouthful. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. As always, I truly appreciate all you guys' support. I hope you like the series that I'm giving you guys. Hope you like the walkthrough that where I'm talking to and analyzing the matches, and I hope you like the how to beat some of the gimmicks. And I'm gonna keep working on this series and try to give you guys some more good content on here, on top of my additional stuff like my character guides and things like that. This is Acidlite. You guys take care.